Hi hopefuls, I hope that you're well. It was our plan this month to read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and we're gonna be listening to the neighbor's dog. That's okay. We've all finished it, and now I have to try to recall my memory of this book, having finished it on the 6th. Having finished it weeks and weeks ago, I'm trying to recall it, and since then I've also read like 5 books, I think, or 4 books. So it's back there, but I did absolutely love this book. I did not see the fact that it was Monique's dad that was in the car with Harry until like maybe that page like leading up to it, and I was like, oh, because we had like just heard like kind of that story, and just we knew like, briefly at the beginning that like her dad worked in the industry, but her mom had said that she had never worked with Evelyn, which is true because Evelyn had not met Monique's dad until that night. What are you doing? Hello, did you hear me talking? Hello. So I did not see that coming. I did, however, know that once we learned that Evelyn had breast cancer, that she was not sticking around. That made total sense to me. This is why she was opening up about this book. This is why she was in such a good mood. Like, she was done. She was leaving. She was exiting this life. I'm out, I'm done. So that did not shock me at all. I'd be really interested to know if Monique and her mom ever had a conversation about her dad having been in the car with Harry Cameron, and if that will ever come up between them. I think that's kind of a big sort of secret to keep, but I would understand wanting to protect your own mother, but I don't know, it's just kind of a difficult thing to hold on to and not tell, I don't know, your mom about their partner now having this letter. I think it's different too that she has this letter now from her dad to Harry, and like what that, having that physical piece, it's not just like knowing the information, but also having this physical piece of being, of her dad being like, I'm not gonna leave my family, I do love you though, which is wild. But I did absolutely love this book. I had such a good time reading it. I do think that Evelyn was horrible, but I could also understand why she did the things that she did a lot of the time as well. And I think that that's some really strong writing, when you can disagree with a character and their choices, but also understand why they would have made those choices and they don't feel like an out of left field decision for them. I think that's just good writing, and I really enjoyed the book. I gave it 5 stars on StoryGraph, and I will be looking for more books by this author. Currently, I have just started reading this book that I had bought 3 years ago. It's a Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel. So the first 200 pages of this book is the movie, like kind of going through, and you get a little bit more like added details that maybe you didn't think of. And I don't know if this is approved by Disney or if this is more like a fanfic situation. I'm not fully sure. I've not looked into that, but it does not say the author on the front, so that's kind of interesting to me. Written by A.W. Jantha. So yeah, so I'm reading this right now. The first 200 pages are the Hocus Pocus original movie. I'm interested to see if the second bit is the second movie, because this, I've had this for 3 years, and I don't think the sequel came out until like a year after I had bought this book. So I'm interested to see if it's even remotely the same, if this is a fan fiction and then the other one is like more canon. I don't know. But while I was reading this last night, they've just gotten to the part where they've lit the black flame candle, and I'm gonna just assume that you both have seen this movie. It's been out since like 93, 94, so I'm just gonna assume that you've seen it. If not, watch it. But they have to get to dawn. They have to get to dawn before like the spell can be broken and whatnot. So they have to like evade these witches and slow these witches down until dawn the next day. And I was thinking, okay, they're in Massachusetts. and it's so dark. It's so dark for so long. They had to, from whenever they lit the candle, which the time on when they lit the candle is kind of vague in the movie, but then dawn on November 1st this year is not until like 7:18 a.m. They have to evade these witches and keep them from sucking the souls out of children until school starts. What? That's not just like, that's most of the morning. That's not just the night, it's most of the day. So I was thinking about that last night because it kind of cracked me up. But reading this, I'm just trying to like get through the first one. I'm like, yep, I know this, I know this, I know this, I know this, I know this. next. I want to get to the next story, like the sequel part, which is, again, 200 pages in. I really love this book. I had such a good time reading it. I devoured it. Like I said, I finished it on the 6th, so it's been a while since I've even thought about it, but it was wonderful and I can't wait to read more by the author. And I really liked doing this. I think maybe we should do it again and then just keep spending October talking about books now, since it's still Booktober, even though we're not reading the same book. That's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will meet you back here next Tuesday.